Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about complex and irrational zeros, or roots, either way. So first things first, one thing you have to remember is complex and irrational roots or zeros always come in pairs. So if we know that 2i is a root, then negative 2i has to also be a root. Or if we know that 1 plus the square root of 3 is a root, then 1 minus the square root of 3 is a root as well. So you really need to remember this, or you could mess up some of your problems. So we'll start with an example. Write a polynomial of least degree with real coefficients in standard form that has zeros at x equals 5, x equals the square root of 3. So right away, trying to trick you, if we know that the square root of 3 is a 0, we also know that the square root of, negative square root of 3 is also a 0. So now that we have that written down, we can dive into this problem. F of x equals, we're going to start by writing our factors. So we know one is going to be x minus 5 from here. This one is going to be x minus the square root of 3. And this one is x plus the square root of 3. Now what I'm going to do is start distributing to simplify this. I would start by distributing your two irrational factors, so x times x, x squared. Because I have a positive root 3 and a negative root 3x, they're going to cancel. So I'm just going to go straight to multiplying by negative square root of 3 times the positive square root of 3, which is going to be the square root of 9, so minus 3. Alright, now I just need to distribute here, so x times x squared is x cubed, x times negative 3 is negative 3x, negative 5 times x squared is negative 5x squared, and negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. And if this isn't already written in descending order, you need to rewrite it in descending order. So this is our final equation. Now I want you guys to try, so with your group mates, try to write the equation of the polynomial in standard form given the zeros. Alright, so hopefully you guys set up your factors as x minus 5 times x plus 2 times x minus 2i, and then you remembered your x plus 2i. What I did next is I distributed these two together and then double distributed these two. Then I simplified my I squared, and then I just double distributed again. Sorry guys. X times x squared to get x to the 4th, and then combined like terms and got x to the 4th minus 3x cubed minus 6x squared minus 12x plus 40. The nice thing about example 2 in the U try is it already gave you all of the factors. You didn't have to worry about being tricked. So you have x minus 2 root 7, x plus 2 root 7, x minus 3i, and x plus 3i. When you double distribute for these two, you get 4 times the square root of 49, which is negative 28. And then here, don't forget your negative 9i squared becomes plus 9. Double distribute again, and then combine like terms. There's your final answer. The last thing we have to talk about is completely factoring. If we have a function f of x equals x to the fourth plus 2x cubed plus 10x squared plus 18x plus 9, given that 3i is a factor. So for these problems, the first thing you do is take note. You got 3i as a factor, which means negative 3i is also a factor. So if these two are factors, I can write them as factors, x minus 3i times x plus 3i. And then what I'm going to do is double distribute. So x times x is x squared. My 3i's will cancel, and then negative 3i times positive 3i is going to be negative 9i squared, which simplifies to be plus 9. So now that I have my x squared plus 9, I can use this to do long division and factor this more. So I'm going to say, okay, here. Let's do x to the fourth plus 2x cubed plus 10x squared plus 18x plus 9 divided by x squared plus 9. Now, what we do here, ask ourselves what multiplies to be x squared, or sorry, what can we multiply by x squared to get x to the fourth, and that's going to be another x squared. So you get x to the fourth, and then we get plus 9x squared. And we can just ignore this. If you want, you could put a 0 here. And we're going to subtract. These cancel. We got 2x cubed. And 10 minus 9x squared is going to be positive 1x squared. Now we still need to bring down our 18x. And we're going to say, okay, what can I multiply by x squared to get 2x cubed? That's going to be a positive 2x. So you get 2x cubed. There's nothing here. And 18x. And then we'll subtract. So these cancel. Bring down our x squared. 18x minus 18x is 0. We'll bring down our 9. So it multiplies by x squared to get x squared. That's going to be 1. And then we subtract. So you don't have to have zeros if you don't want. These all cancel. We get a remainder of 0. So because it's a completely factor, we need to go down and rewrite this. So we have f of x equals x squared plus 9, because we knew that that was one of the original factors, times x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then if we want to factor completely, this actually factors to be x plus 3i times x minus 3i. And what multiplies to 1 and adds to 2, this will be x plus 1 times x plus 1. And that is it.